so deep. Adele.
Adele? Oh, yeah. Man. You're rolling in it.
Man, remember coming up on a big anniversary here, Amos's 21st birthday bash, and Jack, Daniel, and I were just talking about some fun times that we've had at Amos's over the years. A lot of them include things that we could probably be arrested for, but we'll get to that later. Dude, you remember Amos's? It was on Park Road, where the ABC store is now, and it was called...
Right there at Park Road Shopping Center.
Park Road and Woodlawn. And it was called Amos's Bar and Bistro. Now, can you believe that back in the day, Amos's served food? You could pay like $12 for a steak, and then see the fat guy from Blues Traveler sing for an extra $5 all in one night. It was awesome.
I remember when the End first signed on, we went over there for several shows. Local music was big over there. Do you know Dave Matthews played there?
Dave Matthews
in the early days?
It was kind of cool because you could see these unnamed, no-name bands at the time, back in, we're talking 1994, 95, when you could go in there and pay $6 to get into Amos's, and it might be, you know, Dave Matthews, it might be Blues Traveler, it might be Sister Hazel,
Edwin McCain, Firehouse.
Oh, God. Charlotte Native's Firehouse.
I could go a bunch of places with that story, but I won't. Dead-Eye Dick. Remember them?
I remember that.
They don't eat meat, but they sure like that bone. Common. What the hell's that? Wu-Tang Clan. Yo, yo, yo. Hey, we're Wu-Tang Clan playing at Amos. Just look at the list of bands he's had over the years.
Have them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's had Snoop Dogg in the House.
I remember that one.
Guar. Those goofy bastards. George Clinton. The Cult. I mean, he's had the Zac Brown band. He ain't as scared to put some country music in there.
That reminds me of one of the greatest stories ever. John from Amos's does a lot of advertising with us and other radio stations, and he had a show, I want to say about 8 years back. It was Afro Man.
Afro Man 5000.
Just plain old Afro Man.
Oh, that's Power Man 5000.
The song Because I Got High. And John called me up and said, hey, I want to have you out for the Afro Man.
That was the last time I saw Kristen.
So he wanted me to go out and introduce Afro Man on stage.
Right.
I get there, and I'm one, maybe 600-700 people at the club. It was packed. I'm one of 6 white people in the whole place.
And you're probably the skinniest one too,
yeah,
right?
I got no problem with that. But getting on stage and then bringing on Afro Man to this crowd of people that weren't expecting to see me was one of the scariest, most intimidating times I've ever had in radio.
And what was it you told him? Did you? When you
I think I got up there after a couple beers and shots and said, "Hi, Amos's. I'm the whitest black guy you'll ever see." And the crowd went nuts, and I felt a sense of calmness come over me. I wanted to try to keep a straight face on that one. That's going to be good.
We did so many not-so-acoustic Christmases there. During the period of time, about a year and a half, 2 years, they were closed when they moved from the Park Road location to the current location. During that time, my liver almost completely healed.
It was a change of pace to see, if you've been to the small Amos's, and it was tiny when it was on Park Road.
Yeah.
To go to the newer Amos's on Tryon, and then even expand
it
it even more.
Yeah.
And film movies there. Shallow Hal was filmed. The bar scenes at Amos's, and you know it was neat to have a venue. And this is a big thanks to John for. It didn't cost you a freaking arm and a leg to go to a concert.
It was a rock club, and it just felt like a rock club. And you know, now they do some other pop acts. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure I peed in the Hanson tour bus, and I don't even think it was in the bathroom. That's all I remember about the story.
Speaking of bands,
those guys from Hanson, they know how to party.
I thought they were chicks.
No. Well, there were chicks on the bus.
There were some great bands. You gotta love John for reaching out to these tribute bands. And he's one of the only places in town that actually started that, where you could see the great Appetite for Destruction, the Guns N' Roses tribute band, along with some of these other Metallica tribute bands and Nirvana tribute bands. And he sort of pioneered that movement of, hey, you know what? It's gonna cost me a freaking arm and a leg to get Guns N' Roses. I would.
Oh, Adele?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, she had that throat problem. I hope it didn't affect anything. And then she said, I ain't touching it in front of all these people. Happy 21st birthday, John. Congrats. Hope it's 21 more from 106.5 The End.
I think I threw up there in the bathroom one time.